And I'm live. Hello and welcome to my watch along of Formula One sprint qualifying around the Miami street circuit for the Miami Grand Prix this weekend. Yeah, the Formula One weekend has started. I already did a watch along for Formula 2 earlier. If you didn't see that, I did a watch along for qualifying for Formula 2 because I also watch that when there's a Formula 2 weekend. But right now, we're focusing on sprint qualifying because we have a sprint this weekend, and it might actually be the only session that's going to hand out points, considering the weather prediction for Sunday. If you haven't seen the weather prediction for Sunday, there is a storm predicted for Sunday during the race, and we might not get any running then, depending on how bad that storm is. There's lightning predicted and yeah, it's not looking great. So the sprint might be the one only thing that's going to hand out points, and that's going to be interesting to say the least. So yeah, we have less than 15 minutes before we go racing. Before we start qualifying, so I have 15 minutes to catch up on what happened in free practice because I have no idea really what happened in free practice. What I do know is that Mercedes wasn't quickest, and that's actually a little bit of a surprise, if I'm being quite honest. So let's see the results for this thing. Charles Leclerc was quickest ahead of Max Verstappen, ahead of Oscar. Nice to see Oscar up there in the top three. I hope he does well. I know he likes this track. Then Lewis, and then the Mercedes in fifth and sixth. Very low for Mercedes, especially considering they were 8 tenths behind Charles' quickest time. That is interesting that they were that far behind. Um, but of course, it is only a free practice. This is nothing definitive just yet. It was a longer free practice because it was an hour and a half instead of an hour, which we're used to these days. I remember a time back in my day, I suppose, when free practice was actually an hour and a half long, uh, both free practice one and two. But that rule has changed a very long time ago, let's be fair. So, yeah, that is that. Um, it's also interesting to see Max up there again. I was under the impression that Red Bull would not be any good. If you saw my predictions, I did not think Red Bull would do anything and they would get out of Q1 or Q2. That seems to be wrong so far. But of course, again, it's still practice. It's only practice, so it's difficult to say too much about that. Because also, if we look down the order, you have your Aston Martins and Cadillacs, but all of a sudden both Racing Bulls are down there. And I was in the impression that Racing Bulls was a decent car, so that's also not really supposed to be there. Williams, for example, is higher up the order than we usually expect. So there are definitely people in different positions than what we really used to based on that free practice. So I don't think free practice is telling us everything um, in terms of the actual lineup for the grid that we're about to see in sprint qualifying. I think. Oh, I forgot to tweet it out. Okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think for sprint qualifying, it will normalize a little bit more. But of course, considering this free practice was the only session before sprint qualifying, if you haven't gotten a lot of laps in, if you haven't got the best feel with the car based on that one practice session, you're behind, and it is going to be difficult to switch it on. And that's when you really see the great drivers come through. So yeah, we'll see how it goes in sprint quali. I have good expectations. I don't want to have good expectations for my team because I'm very pessimistic. You cannot imagine me last year Like I was not able to believe that we were as good as we were. I was not able to believe it back in 2024. I was thinking, oh, we're going to lose the title to Ferrari. I was so nervous all the way through um, until we won the title, of course. So that's why with this weekend, I actually made the prediction that Oscar's going to win the sprint. Like, what were my predictions again exactly for? I think my prediction for the sprint quality is that Kimi gets pole, Oscar second, and George third. And those are my predictions for right now. But based on FP1, that's already way off. So, also, I'm not going to lock in my predictions just yet on the F1 side. The F1 side actually allows people to get their predictions in until tomorrow. So we will have a competitive session before tomorrow. I think it's for the sprint, which is actually kind of crazy that you get that much time to get your predictions in on the site, and also fantasy, by the way. So I'm just gonna wait until then to lock it all in. Because we'll have a complete competitive session before then with the sprint playing. But I will also say sprint playing is not everything. You know, I does anyone else miss Laura Winter? Because no disrespect to this new girl Betty, who has been hosting the pre-race, pre-qualifying, post-race shows. But I do think Laura is a very good host. Um, this is, by the way, for the people watching on F1 TV. If you don't have F1 TV, you have a different kind of provider. You might not know what I'm talking about, but on F1 TV, the main host usually is Laura Winter, or was Laura Winter. Before that, it was Will Buxton, and now they have a new girl, Betty, who's only been since this year. But again, um, like nothing against Betty. I just think Laura is a good host, and I haven't seen her in a while. To be fair, she got a kid, so like that definitely takes up some time. But that we were promised that she would return, and we haven't seen her back. So, I think a lot of teams needed the 5 week break. Not sure if specifically Williams. I just need to have a little bit of candy. Sugar. I need some sugar. I need to stay awake. It's like it's been a long day for me. Like getting up early to go to work. Yeah, we are not going to know anything um, how cars were running in pre-practice. It's always kind of annoying that you can't get a game because Like you see, like for example, if you're a Ferrari fan, you got to be loving that result F1. But the question is, how representative is it really? You know what I'm curious about? If we see a lot of lifting on the straight, because the idea with the regulations change is that not be the case anymore, or the adjustments to the regulations. But who knows? I would just like to see an onboard of a driver pushing all the way through. All right. Sorry. No, we're good. All right. Well, there's our intro. Paris, Calvin, Presley, Gabby, Oak, Ocon, Behrman, Lance, Fernando, and Black, Lawson, Sutton's, Albon, Lewis, Shaw, Hajar, Max, Kimmy, George, Oscar, and Lando, all world champion. Like I know he's not going to be the world champion this year. I've made peace with that, but I'm going to enjoy the fact that we have a world champion. It's been too long. I think it just is that Miami is not a great track for Formula One racing. I think like them trying to force some kind of Monaco section in there is like it's not doing you any favors. 52 degrees truck temperature. Jeez, hot. I wonder if my brothers are there. I have two brothers who live in Miami. They're half brothers, by the way. They're much older than I am, but they've been there for I think every single Grand Prix out there. And then there's McLaren. Yes, there is. We're there somewhere. But it's I want to believe that we're going to be able to do bits. I really want to. But we'll see. All right, qualifying. Green light about to come on. 3, 2, 1. Green. And no one is coming out just yet. That's interesting because sprint qualifying is shorter than regular quality. They only have 12 minutes for this first session, and no one is coming out. Let's see who's gonna start. And I think the moment that one car comes out, all of them are gonna come out at the exact same time. I don't know why they do that. I just don't know why what the logic is there. Right, Lendo's going, and is that a Cadillac? Yeah, and all of the sudden, all the cars are going. Us, 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 and racing rules. There we have Lando. There we have Oscar. Two Ferraris, two Mercedes. All right, let's go, Lando. Why do they just wait at the end of the pit lane? Like, come on, just go. Behrman, good to see him driving again, by the way, after his accident in Japan. All right, we still have a bunch of cars in the pits at the moment. And of course, they have mediums. Mediums for SQ1, mediums for SQ2, and then softs for SQ3. Jesus Christ, Mercedes, make up your mind. Oh, the absolute chaos. All right. Go there and relax. There we have Oscar on board with Oscar. I hate this sector so much. It's like the worst, absolute worst sector. Like intentionally slow to make it look like Monaco. Like no one likes Monaco. Why do you want to replicate that? I will say people like Monaco when it comes to qualifying, but you cannot tell me that Monaco is an exciting race. All right, Lando has started his lap. And out of all the drivers going right now, he's the only one we're following. Can we see more times? Would be nice. So everyone is out of the pits now. That's cool. Well, following both my boys, Lando and Oscar. 30.6 for Lando. Oscar is slower, 30.9, 3 tenths. And Shaw, 30.4, 2 tenths quicker. There's a yellow. Is for Lance Stroll. 1044. Yeah, this is going to mess up quali a bit. Oh, Lando had to back off there. Is Oscar going to be able to continue his lap, though? And Shaw, yeah, I think Oscar was forced to back out. Is Shaw, I think Shaw will be able to continue his lap. Lance Shaw, I hate you so much. I legit hate you so much. Hamilton to the line, second behind Shaw. Lance Stroll, you are the most useless driver ever. Why are you still in the sport? Why is your father insisting on making you part of the sport? Mercedes, was went to fourth. Antonelli is looking quicker. Antonelli into second. Max Verstappen. Uh, Max fourth. Oh, Hulkenberg wide. Ninth. All right, there are five drivers yet to set a time. Four. Lawson is in the pits with no time. Yeah, we know that multiple cars had their. Oh, Lawson made a big mistake into the first turn, locking up. By the way, Stroll, why do you stall? Why don't you just drop like you had a lockup? You only had a lockup. You should be able to go. Come on. Uh, Thanks to you, my boys now have to do another lap. And Lando is being compared to Oscar because Lando's in the elimination zone and Oscar's the first car out of the elimination. This is where we're at. Okay, Lando, purple sector. Yay, that's good. This just messes up the entire. Ooh, and Oscar is only slightly down the trail. Lando's quicker in the first sector than Oscar. Lando, second sector, purple, purple, purple. Love to see it. What was the quickest time in practice? 29.3. Well, they're slower than that for the moment. Oh no, wait, Charles quicker than that. P1 by half a second. All right, all right. Good stuff. Oscar second. 4 tenths behind Lando, though. Stop the count. We're good. Lance is out. Shocker. Oh, Aston Martin. Woeful. Oh, by the way, the Racing Bulls have this yellow livery. I really don't like it. I very much like the Racing Bulls normal livery, but this yellow livery, I'm like, no, this is not how you do a yellow livery. And there are ways to do a proper yellow livery, but no. This looks like a Hawaiian T-shirt, if anything. Minute and a half left in the session. By Alex, the lead commentator, is saying that both racing bulls have been struggling. That's what you get for bringing such an ugly livery. Simple as. Paris is in the pits. They're going to fight to get out of SQ1. That's weird. Like he is 15th, but he's probably going to drop back, I think. Weird. Let's see. Lindblad through the second sector is quicker than Ocon's time by 3 tenths. Is it going to be good enough? Ocon, oh, Ocon was 2 seconds slower. Ocon is not particularly quick as of yet in this lap, and this has to be it. Checker flag on a wave in a moment. Lindblad goes up to 12. Checker flag is out now. Session has ended. Ocon is out. Behrman into 10th. That should be okay. George Russell is up next. I mean, he's already through up to 6th. Leclerc up to 2nd. Not as quick as Lando. Normally seeing that. Hadjar up to 9th. Hulkenberg up to 9th now. Lawson is on the cusp. Oh my God. If we're Bottas is out, Perez is out, both and Stroll's out. No, Ocon is out. Bortoleto doesn't need to go for this. He's already 13th. I think that's okay. Albon, though. Albon is in the drop zone. Alonso is out for sure. Aston Martin will occupy the final row of the grid. Bortoleto up to 12. So, right. Albon. Albon up to 16th. Knocks out Lawson. Lawson is out. All right. Well, it's still Aston Martin at the very back, and then Cadillac. But I will say, I'm not too surprised to see Ocon there. I said this in my pre-race predictions that Ocon is a very inconsistent driver, and if he has a bad weekend, this is where he's at. Lawson, though, I don't know what happened to the Racing Bulls. Racing Bulls were looking pretty good in the first 3 races. This is not it. Ocon had a massive lockup on his final flying lap. That's why that didn't go well for him. Let's see what is happening with Alonso. Oh God, that must have been a bit scary seeing the wall coming up uh, like so quickly. Okay, we're first and third. I don't mind seeing that. I also don't mind seeing that we're fighting Ferrari instead of Mercedes. Yeah, promising. Quite promising so far. I'm nervous. What do we make of SQ1? Is anyone watching? Let me know in the live chat, please. I feel like I'm just talking to a wall here. This is what you get for a livery. Well, Watson is a bit frustrated, to say the least. Oh, that's an actual pool, not a fake pool like most of the circuit. I don't understand why they went with, fake water around the circuit. Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to be like the most American you can be by just being fake? But I'm just joking about that. I don't know if anyone can hear this in the background, but it seems like people are doing some racing out here. So, right. Oh, I need caffeine. I need to stay awake. Half an hour. Half an hour. And this qualifying session is done already. All right. Everyone is queuing up in the pit lane. Now everyone wants to go out the moment the light goes green. Where was that enthusiasm with the previous session? All right, we have a green light. The timer didn't work there. I thought I had more time. Sorry about that. Oh, man. Then I'm just choking on my candy. Why not? Apologies. All right, Kimi Antonelli is gonna be the first to set a lap here. Just across the line. What happened with Max here? Oh yeah, the Alpine was very, very, very much trying to get you, dear. By the way, why did Max change his helmet again? He used to. I don't understand why drivers change their helmets all the time. Like he used to have a white and orange one, and then he had a white and red one, and now it's white and blue. At least the white is consistent, but the main color is different every time. All right, Antonelli is the first to set a fast lap here. He is going through the first sector. Let's see what kind of time he can conjure up in the first sector, a 30.2. I gotta say, I don't remember the time that Lando did in the first sector on his second lap. Antonelli is quicker than George, through the first sector at least. Let's see about the second. All right, Kimi coming up to the second sector is a 104.1. George, 104.2, a 10 slower. Kimi's purple, purple, looking to set the fastest lap of the day so far. Ooh, I think that was a bit wide in the final corner for him. Over the line, 29.2. Yeah, that's not the best lap, and he knows it. George does a 28.9. Yeah, see, Kimi lost a lot of time in that final corner by making that mistake. By the way, Bortoleto has the quickest second sector. Oh, so not great into that final braking zone. Max is quick. Shaw is quick. Bortoleto is second off. A lot of time there. Max, quickest second sector. Shaw, quickest first sector. Ooh, Shaw is very quick, half a second quicker than George's time so far. Max goes into second, 2/10 slower than George. Shaw is massively quick. Not perfect through that final corner. And Shaw goes quickest by 4/10. Did lose a tenth in the final sector. Lewis is second. Oscar is quick. Oscar is a tenth up on Shaw's time. Go on, Oscar. This braking zone is everything. That looks good. That looks smooth. That's much better than the other drivers. Over the line. Oh, second. Oh, it's so close. 26 thousandths. Lando Lando over the line. Seventh. Oh, Lando, that ain't good enough. There, there has to be a mistake because Oscar had a very good lap, but Lando, Lando, you were first in SQ1. Where is that? Where's that form? What happened here? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, fool. Okay, that's where he lost a lot of time. Okay, okay. Oof, that was rough. Well, Lando will have another shot. Kenny had a big moment in the final corner. Yeah, there you go. All right. Several drivers have hit it. I'm just curious if it's at all possible to go into the pits, then come out again, and then send another lap. Especially considering it's the same set of tires, I think it might just be more efficient to stay out, do a cool down lap, and go again. Might just be me. Few minutes to go in SQ2. Apologies. I just need to take care of something. Oscar is in the pits. That is interesting that he's not going to go out again. Oh boy. I mean, I like the confidence, but I hate it. Like, I'm just going to be nervous for him. Boy. Oscar is confident enough that he is going to go through with the lap that he said. Even the Ferraris are going again. Oh boy. Come on, Lando. Improve. Also, Lando just went through. He already started his fastest lap. Why are we not following that? Why are we following Bortoleto instead of Lando? No, no disrespect to Gabby. Gabby's a good driver for sure. But Lando in the McLaren, the world champion, you should be tracking him. Like, what the hell kind of race direction is this? Because he is like, he's only seventh. It's not comfortable. Oh, man. I want to know what's happening with Lando. Bortolato is not even improving on his own time through the first sector. Leclerc's done. Hamilton is done. Did Leclerc? Yeah, Leclerc improved his time. Bortoleto is ever so slightly quicker. Oh, Bortoleto is way too wide there. Wait, Lando's not going to improve here. Bortoleto Hulkenberg's out. German is out. Sainz is out. What the hell just happened? What an anticlimax. No one's improving. Huh, maybe Oscar was right to not go again. Is Lindblad good? Yeah, but not improved. Wow. Wow. This very much feels like the end of Formula 2 qualifying, where it's like no one was able to do anything and everyone's previous lap was the one that counted. Okay. Well, so we have both Audis out, both Williams out, Behrman out, and Lindblad out. Of course, one Haas was already eliminated, now the other. One Racing Bulls was now eliminated, now the other. And the top five teams are Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, Red Bull, and Alpine. I said Alpine would do bits this weekend in my prediction video. I also said that Red Bull would be terrible, so that's not the case. But I did say that Alpine would do bits. Both of them in the top 10. Not bad. All right, SQ3 coming up. Just a few more minutes until we know who's on pole for tomorrow's sprint. Again, it might be the only session handing out points this weekend. We'll see about that. Oh, Carlos is not happy at all. By the way, it seems that my predictions are going to be way off because Mercedes is nowhere, absolutely nowhere compared to where they were. They were like Mercedes has led every single competitive section so far. Every single qualifying, they got pole. They won every race, won every sprint. Well, the only sprint. They also got sprint pole. Mercedes are not are looking like they can't even get into the top three at this point. So whatever happened with these regulations adjustments, it might have actually helped. It's crazy. All right, now on to the softs. Oh, I'm nervous. I am very, very nervous for this final bit of qualifying because I have the feeling we might actually get a pole here. Sprint pole, of course, but you know, it's going to be a one-lap shootout. Oh, Max has a special Miami helmet. Well, Max, I don't care for it. Stick to your same helmet. You know who's had the same helmet in F1? Oscar. Ever since he joined, he has not changed his helmet. Take a page out of that. We are green, but it's not going to matter because we're going to wait until like 3 minutes to go, and then everyone is going to go out. And by everyone, I do mean 10 cars, of course, because we already have eliminated 12 of them. Yeah, it's going to be one lap shootout on the soft, and we may actually get pulled here. And I will be devastated if we don't, by the way. I will be. Again, it's the hope that kills you. It's a waiting game, isn't it? Are we gonna do? You know what? This calls into question why we even have SQ3 be 8 minutes. If all of them are just going to go for one lap, why don't we reduce it to four? Just the one lap. Everyone knows. Reduce it down to 4 minutes. Everyone is going to go at the same time. Why not? Or you know what? Do a different format for a sprint qualifying. Do a one lap shootout. Every single driver gets one lap. You go by championship order. 22nd goes first, first goes last. I think that would be a great idea for sprint qualifying. And if it rains, it rains. It's what it is. All right. Alpine is getting ready to go here with 4.5 minutes to go, roughly. Seems that the cars are getting ready to go out. All right. Yeah. I see one car going. I see Lewis. Lewis is going. There's a McLaren. I couldn't catch who it was. I'm usually better with that. I'm usually able to see whose helmet it is. Oh, I'm nervous. Okay, so that was Lando then. The question is, where's Oscar? Okay, so George is going to be the first to set a lap. Oscar is still in the pits. Oscar's leaving it late then. Max went. Oscar and Kimi are still in the pits. Leaving it late. Is that the way to go? Oscar goes now. Okay. Kimi is still in the pits. I don't know how it's racing. All right, George is going to go first. Coming over the line right now. George has started his fast lap, his final qualifying lap. Kimi is out of the pits right now. That's going to be a very quick out lap. He has less than 2.5 minutes to do it. Let's see. George's first sector time. 30.2. I don't think that's going to be good enough. Let's see. Hamilton is up next. Yeah, 29.7. Lewis is half a second quicker than George. George's time is nowhere in comparison, really. Lando, 29.6. Lando's quickest right now. Oh, dear. Oh, boy. That's a good time for Lando. George, 103.7. Let's see how much quicker Hamilton goes through the second sector. By the way, someone went quicker in the first sector than Lando, 103.6. Hamilton is only a tenth quicker than George. Hamilton lost a lot of time in the second sector. Lando, 103.1. Lando's very quick, 28.4. That's not going to be it. Lando is so much quicker than Lewis to 2 sectors. What about Shaw? 103.4. Lando is still quicker. Lando is 3/10 quicker. Hamilton, 28.6. Hamilton is slower than George. Lando, 27.8. 6/10 quicker. Oh, that's huge. Oscar is going now. Shaw. No! 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 Lando's up there. It's gonna be between Lando and Oscar, I feel. Where's Max? Oh, can Max do something? No! 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 Oh my God! Lando's gonna take pole, or maybe Oscar. Maybe Oscar. I think it's gonna be between. It's gonna be between McLaren. Oh my God! Let's see. Oscar is. Oh no! 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 Lando's got pole. Lando's got it. Kimi is not there either. Oh my God! Max is third. Qualifies George. Qualifies George. Oscar. Put it second. Put it second. Oscar, put it second at least. Oscar second. We're first and second. We're 1-2. Oh, Antonelli is quick. Oh, Antonelli is going to ruin. I want a 1-2. I want it so bad. Oh, I really want a 1-2. Let's see. Antonelli's final corner here. Oh, Antonelli's second. Oh, Antonelli's second. But we're first and third. We're first and third. We have a pole position. Oh, Lando. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that's how you do it. Woo! Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good stuff. Oh, I'm so happy. God. Oh my God. I, by the way, the fact that Antonelli got in there at the end, Mercedes came from absolutely nowhere. Did Charles make a mistake? Yeah. Yeah. He made a mistake. P1, Lando, P1. Oh, we're in a good position this weekend. Oh, oh God. Oscar in third. Oh my God. This is so huge because honestly tomorrow's sprint might be the only session that will hand out points if the race gets canceled, and we're in first and third for it. This is huge. Interesting purple suit for the Mercedes. Wasn't aware that they had that. Well, I think Max can be a little bit happier with fifth than where he was before. James is gonna interview Lando. Yes. There's some ways to go. I love to see Lando smile as he's talking about how the car is handling because, oh my God, this this is giving me hope that I shouldn't have. This is giving me a lot of hope that I really shouldn't have. But oh my God, You know what the crazy thing is? I made a video a couple of weeks ago talking about McLaren's title chances for this year, and I was like, "There's no way that McLaren is going to challenge for the title. It's going to be Mercedes clear at the top." I know it's only one session, but this session right here makes me think that my thumbnail is a bit clickbaity with the three-peat, but it makes me think that it might actually be possible, and that's the craziest thing. We might be able to challenge for the title this year. And I don't want to jinx it, like knock on wood, but oh my God, this is huge. It's absolutely huge. Over the line, and then he had to wait. Like Lando had to wait quite a while. God. Oh my God. McLaren has done it again. Hey, all right, let's see the results. There we go. Fastest line in Norris, yeah. Give me second, Oscar third. All right, so I'm gonna just pause the stream there. So Lando takes pole for the sprint tomorrow. Kimi is 2 tenths slower. Kimi marginally ahead of Oscar. Kind of, I would have loved to see a McLaren one too. I know I'm greedy. I know that first and third is great as well. It's just I would have loved to see a one too. Of course I would. But it's still a good starting position for both our boys. Then we have Charles in Ferrari ahead of Max. Um, as I said, I did not expect Max to be all the way up there, but good for him. Seems that Red Bull has also improved a little bit. George down in sixth. Yet another session where George is behind his rookie teammate. And of course, Kimi's not a rookie, but George is way more experienced and he's getting beaten by Kimi, who's only in his second year. Then we have Lewis, way off of Shaw, and Lewis must have made a mistake because he was actually quite quick in the first sector, I remember, and then in the second sector he just lost a lot. Anyway, Colapinto is in eighth and outqualified Gasly. Now, again, I made a prediction that Alpine would do bits. Alpine, both cars in the top 10. I think they're looking very strong for this weekend. I think that Alpine is still going to do those bits. So I'm still thinking that that is very much a correct prediction. I'm definitely backing away from the Red Bull prediction I made. That was probably one of a very bad prediction. But yeah, Alpine is looking good. So cool. But it's beautiful. Both our cars in the top three. I love it. I love to see it. I look forward to the race tomorrow because, yeah, you know what the thing also is? In qualifying, every single time so far, Mercedes has been way quicker than the rest. But then when we get to the race, Mercedes, first of all, doesn't have the best start. And then they have to fight to get back into the lead. And then when they are in the lead, that's a bit more convincing. But they only get back into the lead because they had that pace advantage that we already saw in qualifying. Now they don't have that pace advantage. I mean, again, I don't want to get too hopeful. I'm usually very pessimistic when it comes to these type of things, but McLaren has given me a lot of hope, and I'm not sure if I like it because a part of me, of course, I love to support my team, but on the other hand, I'm just dreading the fact that Mercedes might just have race pace tomorrow and they uh, run away with it. I don't know. Uh, I've seen a lot of crazy things happen in the time that I've been following Formula One, so I don't know what to make of it. But this is a good position to be in, for us for sure. So I'm happy with this result. I'm happy. I'm looking forward to the sprint tomorrow. It also seems that the regulations, the adjustment that they made, are doing well. I did not see any driver do that lift and coast bit that they had been doing. I saw them push. Lando got out of the car and he was sweating. That's good. That's what you want to see. So yes, in the first couple of races it might have been rough, but I do think that they listened to us, and now we actually have these new regulations work well, where we can see that qualifying was exciting. It was fun. It was unpredictable, unexpected, not dominated by one team. This is what you want to see. So props to that as well, because it very much seemed that Formula One didn't want to budge, didn't want to give anything to admit effectively that they messed up with the rules. But in this case, they were like, okay, we messed up with the rules, or we changed it, and now it's better. And it is. So yeah, that's good. Anyway, that's the end of my stream. It is late. I have to go to bed. I have to get some sleep in. But I will be back here tomorrow for the Formula 2 sprint race, the Formula 1 sprint race, and the Formula 1 main qualifying. And after this, I'm very excited. I'm very excited for that. Usually I edit my videos so I can make these mistakes, but I'm live, so we have to go with it. But yeah, I'm very excited for tomorrow. Look out for all of the sessions that I'm going to be covering with my watch-alongs. Please like the stream. It helps the channel because, I'm a very small channel, only just started, and I need a little bit of support. So also please subscribe to the channel for more Formula One content. There is some content already on the channel if you're interested in that. I have a bunch of videos covering several things. And as I said, there's going to be a lot more coverage this weekend. So look out for that. I think that's about all I can say. If you were here during the stream, thank you for your support. And until the next video, take care.